In Chapter 8, one of the important skills is to determine whether two quantities are in direct proportion or inverse proportion. In a question about proportion, if two quantities increase together or decrease together, they may be in direct proportion. If the rate of the two quantities is fixed, then they are in direct proportion. If one quantity increases while the other quantity decreases, they may be in inverse proportion. If the total amount is fixed, then they are in inverse proportion. Therefore, we can determine whether two quantities are in direct proportion or inverse proportion by observing whether the two quantities increase or decrease together, or one quantity increases while the other decreases. Let's look at an example about direct proportion. If the total price of 2 rulers is $12, how many rulers can be bought with $42? It is obvious that more rulers can be bought with more money. The price of each ruler remains unchanged, which is the fixed rate. So, we confirm that the two quantities are in direct proportion. Let me show you how to solve the question. The total price of 2 rulers is $12. The price of each ruler is 12 divided by 2. Let n be the number of rulers can be bought with $42. Then, on the right-hand side of the equation, we have 42 divided by n. We have a fixed rate on both sides of the equation. Solving the equation, we found that n is equal to 7. This question is about inverse proportion. If 50 people take 20 days to consume a certain amount of food, find the time taken by 40 people to consume the same amount of food. Since the total amount of food is fixed, that means the number of people and the number of days are in inverse proportion. We assume that each person consumes one portion of food each day. If 50 people take 20 days to consume all the food, the number of portions of food is 50 times 20. It is reasonable that the time taken by 40 people to consume the food will be longer. Let n be the number of days for 40 people to consume the food. The number of portions of food is 40 times n. Since the numbers of portions of food from the two calculations are the same, therefore, we have 50 times 20 equals 40 times n. Solving the equation, we have n equals 25.